everybody, I am back with a new video. It's not your typical discussion video. It's something that I wanted to react to, something that's been on my mind late last week that I wanted to go over. Well, here's how I started. I was thinking about like one of like video game trailers that was like just really like hit home, and it's kind of like lived up to or exceeded expectations exponentially, like God of War Ragnarok or any of the like Batman Arkham games. And I thought about like, should I make a video like ranking like the best video game trailers? But I was like, no, that'd probably take a little bit too long. So what I wanted to do, at least go over like a list of video game trailers that I can think of. At least I didn't want to make this video longer than it needs to be, but just want to cover like at least a good chunk of video game trailers that I've seen over the years that kind of really kind of rock my world, not only in terms of how they set the premise and what we're expecting how the game will look like, but also when the game came out, it gave us exactly what it promised. And that's one of the fundamental issues many fans of a variety of video games. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there can pick quite a few video games that made these promises. It doesn't necessarily mean to be wild promises, but promises in a trailer that did not live up to the hype, either for everybody or most people. Right off the top of my head, I can think of like the first Watch Dogs film. I mean, not film, video game. The video game. When it was first presented, now I still kind of sort of still low-key enjoyed the first Watch Dogs game. So I didn't hate it as much as like everybody else did. I can see why people had like an issue with it. But as ironically, it's one of the few Ubisoft games I actually did enjoy. Because some stuff in Ubisoft, like, it's just, kind of like rubs me the wrong way how they handle their games. But Watch Dogs, when that was first brought out, in that first trailer, I still kind of remember it. It was like promising like a movie and seamless into like the video game space. And like dang it, it did not like live up to what it promised. But I'm gonna go over some videos we're gonna be reacting to of video game trailers that I selected that not only are very good trailers, but they lived up to the hype it promised, or even better, exceeded expectations. So let me check something here. Okay, let's get everything prepared. So I'm gonna just go over a list of like just game trailers here of like some classic older trailers. So this, and some of them are gonna be like composites because I didn't want to like make too long of a video. So this is the reboot trilogy of the Tomb Raider franchise. That I didn't play the first one, but I did play the sequel and the third Tomb Raider, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So here we go.
A famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are. I'd finally set out to make my mark.
And I did a movie review of the Tomb Raider live action films, and in all honesty, I really enjoyed the recent it's not even recent anymore, it's like 2013 2014 Tomb Raider film with Michael Fassbender's wife, because she played Tomb Raider in that reboot that's based off this first rebooted video game, which I thought she would have been like carrying on with her own franchise, but I guess it didn't do so well in the box office. But from what I heard from many people, they still low-key liked it. I don't know, just didn't do as well enough to warrant a potential sequel, which is a shame because she was really good. Very spot on look of the video.
Defined adventure.
Now, and also, I wanted to make a point here, because in many video games recently, they really toned down a lot of female characters' femininity. Like, they gotta be very butch to display, like, these, weird masculine traits, because, like, oh, we can't, I don't know, people behind the scenes, developers or writers, like, they can't have like these, like, like unrealistic or objectifying characters, because it might seem like problematic for anybody to be ogling a woman and not looking at her skills and what she. It's like Tomb Raider is like the pitch perfect example of a woman. I'm like, not the recent Netflix one. From what I hear, that was terrible. But it's just, this one is like a happy medium, in my opinion, where, yes, I get it. They had to tone down the big boobs like they had in like the 90s with the Tomb Raider. And it's like, like, okay, like I said, it's a happy medium. Like, okay, we can't have the big-breasted woman trying to crawl into certain areas or whatnot. Okay. But this is a happy medium where she's still very feminine. She's got very feminine features. But in this one, she goes through her paces. She hurts, she's wounded. She doesn't pick up things just on the fly and whatnot. She is, she's scrounging and scrambling and cobble things together. She, she just, she's not a Mary Sue. Just to put a fine point on it. This should have been like, what everybody agrees on, where it's like, yeah, we can keep this same femininity, but she's also a badass in her own right without it going too far where she like puts everybody else down just to prop herself up. None of that crap. Everybody else gets their own opportunity to help, and she just isn't good at everything. But this is like a good happy medium, and that's what we should have strived for. This. And the actress who played this video game, Lara Croft, looks exactly like her. They didn't have to, get like a hot actress involved into a video game and uglify the character, where it completely mismatches how the actress looks. It's like, you got a hot actress who's very fit and doing some very action-oriented stuff. Don't know why you can't put pen to paper kind of thing to make it aligned. It's like, yeah, you look up the actress who played this Lara Croft for this video game from 2013 to 2018. Same look. There's no like touches or, bulbous, cheeks or anything like that. No, they exactly the same, the fit, same hair even. Like, I seen like the behind the scenes look of, this first game, and the attention to detail they did was phenomenal.
But instead, adventure found me. darkest moments. When life flashes before us, we find something. Something that keeps us going.
See? She's got rescued by her friend.
Something that pushes
Men.
us.
She's not like preachy or anything like that. You know, it's like she was struggling to get out. She would have died, but she got help. And she didn't have no nonsense like most writers will have, where it's like, I don't need no man to help. And it's like, or just some, or replacing the guy who has like the strength needed to yank her out. And it's like, instead, if it made by this day and age, we'll have some butch woman pull the thing open, some Abby looking chick try to pull her up and things of that sort. And it's like, just take you out of it a bit. Not saying there isn't strong women out there, of course there are, but this is like, you know, a sensible medium here. It's like, yeah, she's struggling, she needs help. It doesn't make her look weak. She was in an emergency situation, she has to be helped. It's, you know, and you know, and a guy's just going out of his way to like help his fellow person, and it's an emergency situation. What's the hardest? And it doesn't take any agency away from her. This is like a great trailer. And what makes a great trailer is that it doesn't tell you the whole story either. And that's a major problem with like most video games and movies, most of them, where they tell you too much into the in their trailers. This one shows you, you know, like pretty much setting up the premise. It doesn't tell you what she's gonna be getting into. It's that she's gonna be marooned on an island, going through this terrible storm, and there's like folks there. There's probably gonna be some help to her, but it's like the struggle she's gonna be expecting. This is not like this pretty much is Tomb Raider Year One. It's like Batman Year One. It's Tomb Raider Year One, where she isn't like the badass that we know her yet. She had to work up to what we know her to be. This is Tomb Raider Year One. This sets it up perfectly. It's a shame I didn't get, you know, I don't know what happened. Maybe I couldn't afford to get the first game because I was still young at the time and didn't have a job. But, you know, I made up by getting the sequel and the third game.
When all seemed lost, I found a truth. And I knew what I must become.
When you're ready, open your eyes. I think we're making progress in these sessions. You say the flashbacks have stopped. This is excellent improvement. But I'm concerned that you're still shutting yourself away at home. It's important to gradually take steps into the outside world. Take some walks. Maybe pick up a nice hobby. girl your age, you should be exploring new horizons. I'd like to know you're taking care of yourself. For many people, these traumas become a mental trap. They get stuck, like a ship frozen in ice. There's another type of person. You know what happens to them? Miss Croft?
We become who we're meant to be.
Rise of Tomb Raider. That's another great setup where, you know, clearly a great way to pick up where, you know, the last game left off. Clearly she, at this point, who wouldn't experience a level of trauma, losing, you know, her close friends on that shipwreck, trapped on that island with a bunch of, like, you know, crazy mercenaries and stuff like that, and dealing with this huge conspiracy, which, you know, curtails into this complete trilogy, which is a good arc. But now she's a little bit more prepared, knowledgeable, but still, like, she's still got a bit of ways to go, because she's, you know, mentally she's, like, still, like, you know, reeling from the events of last time, but she's, turning lemons into lemonade, essentially. She knows what she has to do. She can't sit idly by, and it's like, you know, it's like getting bit by the acting bug. She got bit by, like, the archaeology bug kind of situation, but she kind of also want to, I remember how this game started, where she's like, you know, she's like Bruce Wayne in Batman Begins, where he's surrounded by all those bats. He's like, you know, when he entered the Batcave, it's like just immersing himself in the thing that, you know, ultimately kind of traumatized you. Hers, in her case, is the fact that she's out in the wilderness, isolated. Not necessarily she conquering her fears, but she's, you know, if she sat idly at home, those things will still kind of eat at her. So she has to do something, and she does what she knows what to do, which is treasure hunting and archaeology. But it perfectly sets up, like, she's gonna be doing some more races. We also gotta stop the trailer within the trailer stuff. I really wish we stopped doing that. I like Shadow of the Tomb Raider. However, I think the second game was still slightly better than all three. But you know, all three are good in their own way. We didn't know this yet, but this was, well, I think we knew it was going to be the end of the trilogy. But it's like, we're expecting, like, you know, this whole organization she's dealing with, I forgot what that organization is called, but is reaching its apex by this third game. And at this point, she is like Predator. At this point, she is like so skilled at as a survivor, and, you know, like, you know, hunting through, like, the rough jungles and stuff like that, and surviving off the land. It's like she is like the ultimate badass at this point. This is where these games was culminating to. She's like a far cry from that young girl on that boat. Now she is this ultimate badass. Perfect arc. And this is how you do a hero's journey for a woman. Now, can you imagine if the first Tomb Raider started out like this? How annoying would that be? Well, especially if it's meant to be like her origins. It's like, oh, she's already a badass? Well, then what's the point of going on this journey if she got nothing to strive to? Just Batmaning in the jungle. Look at that.
I've come so far. I'm not turning back. After all I've sacrificed, I have to wonder. What will I become?
Yeah. And you see, there's also a factor that because the journey she's been on trying to defeat this organization and go through these tombs at the same time and learning and going this mystery, she's also had to do a lot of killing, which obviously is affecting her psychologically. Because Tomb Raiders of old, she's pretty much, I mean, not that she's like, glorified serial killer or anything like that, but she has, you know, not hesitated, or at least let it get to her so much where she can't, because honestly she's very cool and calm and collected, and she doesn't hesitate, like in the movie, like the people breaking into her house, she killed them outright. Maybe back in her younger years she would have been a little hesitant and kind of freaked out and having like a nervous breakdown that she took a life. But now she at the point where she's like, yeah, they're bad guys, I can live with it. Ah, crap. That was the entire thing. But I think we got the freaking point though. But man, the actor got a lot of accolades. I remember it was like one of the Game Awards trailers, you know, the year after Far Cry 3 came out, and he went on stage to do some kind of presentation, and everybody just went in literally insane. It's like, wow, this dude is just so good. And like, he's one of the best video game villains of all time. He's literally been named one of the best video game villains of all time because just the way he acted that scene. It's one of the best. So yeah, and a lot of people still quote this video game because of that specific line. I ever tell you the definition of insanity? Oh my God. No, that's how you do a freaking video game trailer. That's how you set crap up, man. Okay. Uh, okay. Just like with, you know, since I did Tomb Raider, I thought it would be important to cover the Uncharted ones. The Uncharted games had awesome video game trailers, especially one in particular that I still remember to this day. I only played like a little bit of Uncharted, but I recognize the greatness of those games.
My end is near. In my final hour, I commend my soul to God. May He have mercy on this unholy place. Francis Drake. So what were you looking for? Gold statue. Weight 20 arrobas. That's over 500 pounds. That's gotta be it. What the hell happened here?
You're trapped, Drake! Roman wants him dead. You assured me that Drake was captured and the island secure. Kill them both. I assure you, El Dorado is worth more than you can possibly imagine. I'm telling you, this island is cursed! Oh no! Oh God, no!
All the Uncharted games, they definitely met and exceeded expectations from one game to the next. And I love a good treasure hunting kind of movie or game.
They have beaten you, huh? Your quest is over? What if it's only beginning? Some of the most fearsome rulers through history have possessed only a fragment of the Chintamani stone. What would a man become if he possessed the stone itself.
Where did you find this guy?
Lazarovich paid top dollar for Marco Polo's journals. He's been after the Chintamani stone for years.
You're competing with a psychopathic war criminal for a mythological gemstone?
I'm sensing some history here.
Elena Fisher, last year's model.
You're gonna snatch that treasure right out from under them.
They'll never see it coming.
Yeah, well, payback's a bitch.
So, what's your angle on all this misery?
Gonna get us all killed!
My friend, where did you find this?
You mind telling me what the hell is going on?
I miss the look on your face.
I know where the stone is.
Pray that he is not bluffing. It's time to tip the odds back in our favor. Sweep the city, find him, and take him out.
Sure hope you know what you're doing.
I don't have the faintest idea.
Why are you here? Why do the English cross the Rub al-Khali?
They're looking for the lost city of Ubar.
The Ram of the Pillars. If they find the Ram, we are all dead.
Let not the world deceive thee with its beauty. It is the dream of a dreamer, a mirage of the desert.
The cup of death will be filled for thee. It's all in English.
Yeah, it must have been Drake. Here we go.
If Drake was on a mission from the Queen to find this place, why all the secrecy? I suspect I know you better than anyone, Mr. Drake. Just who are we dealing with here?
Don't touch me! Aram of the Pillars. Where is it?
I don't know, buddy.
You insult me.
You're a pirate. Sully, you could use these constellations to find the lost city.
Quickly, through the canyon! Over there! Come on!
Drake only had half the clues. Lawrence only had half. We have both.
And Marlowe has nothing.
Just couldn't leave it alone, could you?
Nate, these guys are playing for keeps.
You're gonna keep going, aren't you? For what? Treasure?
Admit it. You love all this as much as I do.
Ever a dull moment, huh, Sully?
Why change now?
Yalla! Focus! Oh, crap! Big wave! Big wave! No, 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 no!
Now, I gotta say, you know, there are rare people, not many these days, but there's still quite a few people out in the world who don't see video games as like what's the point? It, you know, corrupts people, or it makes you lazy, or like, you know, they just, you know, they don't understand kind of thing, or it's just pointless. And, you know, video games isn't like how they probably used to be when in their first iterations, but it's an art, just like movies, just like, you know, like paintings, or even books. They're art that can tell a story, that forms a person's mind, the way they kind of interpret it, and something like video games that tells a cohesive story that fulfills that part of a lot of people's lives that we don't do anymore. Like, you know, people used to travel on ships to get to one country to the next before the advancement of technology to allow us to fly to places. We used to be explorers. They used to be like a common thing. But I think like after like the 19th century, I think that kind of stuff really dialed down. I'm pretty sure there's still treasure hunters and definitely archaeologists out in the world, but it isn't, like Indiana Jones. So you can ask any archaeologist, they will tell you it's not like that at all. They don't fight bad guys and stopping some weird mercenaries from stealing some trinket from a lost tribe that might be a key to some hidden treasure or anything like that. But it's the fantasy of it because it gives that sense of adventure. Not many people are willing or even able to go out and do what we see from like Lara Croft or Nathan Drake's line of profession. Nobody's gonna be able to, not many will be in the woods trying to build like a makeshift bow and arrow, or like can handle an AK-47 on the fly or what have you, or climbing on stuff like the way Nathan and Lara Croft do. Hell, barely any stuff like you see from like any of the Assassin's Creed, Black Flag. You ain't gonna sail on the high seas and knows how to commandeer a boat or anything like that. Nobody's gonna be able to do that. But it's just that it gives us that same feeling that we as a civilization used to yearn and respect. And it's just kind of like, it's just, let us live out that kind of fantasy that we all admire. PlayStation. But that being said, it's like, the Uncharted games lived up to the expectations.
Remember why I got into all this?
Of course I remember.
Well, then why don't you tell me why I wasted so many years working crap jobs for guys like Dante?
They dug up over 60 of the poor bastards.
16th century. New Spain. These guys died a long way from home.
This is Nathan Drake.
Oh, you're the expert on maps, artifacts.
Right.
This is why you're here.
Markings aren't Spanish.
And no one has any idea what it means.
If I'm right, this is the Temple of the Serpents. You don't see that every day.
You ain't seen nothing yet. Come on. Don't dig up anything without me. You got it? I got my eye on you two.
So it's El Generale's army that's headed into the rainforest.
He's not a general anymore.
Tell that to his goddamn army. So much gold, the revolution will live.
What have you done the last 10 years except work piss-ass jobs for schlubs like me?
It's fun to see the advancement of the graphics throughout the series.
All men dream, but not equally. Those who dream by night, in the dusty recesses of their minds, wake in the day to find that it was vanity. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men. For they may act their dream with open eyes to make it possible.
Uh-huh. Well, that's all real pretty, but what the hell's it mean in English?
It means be careful what you wish for. It might just get you. Perfect. Here we go.
You know, again, like a incredible actor can really sell trailers. And once again, of course, it helps to have like a backing of the previous games that did well. So that way, it doesn't really have to do much in any future trailers. It can just be something simple. But honestly, that little bit of a trailer, that's all you really needed. Didn't need to tell you what it's going to be about or who's the main bad guy is going to be. Didn't need to do all that much.
We were meant for this, Nathan. You, me, together. We were destined for something great.
For those who prove worthy, paradise awaits.
Took a long time for him to get out of this game.
He's meant for this life.
Oh, crap!
Last I checked, we're all a bunch of thieves, digging around where we shouldn't.
Shame we're not on the same side.
I am a man of fortune, and I must seek my fortune. So, are you ready to seek your fortune?
Hang on, Nathan!
Where is the artifact?
Heads up!
I made a promise that I was done with this life.
How long have we been chasing this thing?
Long time.
Real long time. Just you and me. No offense to these guys, but they don't get it.
If you're done lying to me, then you should stop lying to yourself.
The biggest pirate treasure of all time is within our grasp.
Watch out!
Look, Nate, I'm gonna make you a one-time offer. Drop everything. Go home. Live your life. Or we can just end it right here.
There's gotta be another way. I need you on this one.
You ever wonder, like, different choices, how we might have ended up?
No. I like the hand we've been dealt.
So yeah, that is like a hell of a trailer right there. Pretty much like, yeah, setting up, finally meeting his brother, but we have to do it now when we're ending Nathan Drake's story. And a perfect way it ended. I've seen like the other people's walkthroughs. This was way before I started the channel, so I know how it all ends. And the story, how it ended, was such a phenomenal ending. Great way to end it, honestly. So anyway, let's move on to the okay. Oh. The Gears of War trailers. I'm gonna have to mute this because the copyright. The first 3 Gears trailers were so good. But then after Marcus Phoenix story got wrapped up, and then we introduced his son, and then there's these prequel stuff they've been working on, and it's like, God, like, I do not care for the prequels. You just really need an excuse to keep utilizing Marcus Phoenix, and he's a great video game character, really good. However, I know they tried going forward with his son, but they was kind of half-assing with that story. It wasn't like the bad idea to introduce his kid and try to continue on with the story with a new crew, but the way you dropped the ball. That's all I gotta say. You dropped the ball with that story, and that unnecessary need to include like that ending where you choose whether or not to have Marcus' son die or his best friend.
In your heart.
Yeah. And they need an excuse to bring back Dom, another great video game character that isn't like the main character. And honestly, the Gears franchise has the best, like, especially 2 and 3 have like the best online play. I think it's the first time. I think it was either Gears 2 or 3. It was the first time I actually did online play before. Way before Call of Duty, Overwatch, like anything. That was my first time actually playing online. R.I.P. Dom. Brothers to the end. Man, Mad World has been played in so many video games over the years. Man, the chainsaw gun. God, one of the most iconic video game weapons of all time.
Tell.
Ultimate Edition.
349.
visions of me lifted scenes while I was sleeping. Vision that was planted in me, still within the sound of silence.
Kate. Kate. No. Kate, you can't see this. You don't want to see this.
Kate? I'm sorry.
Thanks for coming here.
Of course.
Can I recommend we maybe get these people out of here?
Hey, just slow down.
No, Foz is right. We need to move.
What are you talking? He's dead, man. Give her a minute.
She'll get her minute in the Raven.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Del, we need to leave.
I'm not going.
Excuse me?
For months now, I've been having these dreams. Nightmares. But I think they were messages.
What?
Something's happening to me.
It's your grandmother's?
Enough. We'll deal with this later. Foz, round these people up.
I need help.
There's a place up north. I think we can find you answers there.
No. Absolutely not. We have orders.
You'll go with me.
God damn it, both of you, listen.
I'll go with her. Look, if you're missing, Jen will notice.
Okay. I'll push Jack the coordinates.
No, Corporal. You're coming back to New Ephyra. That is a direct order.
Well, Captain, screw your order. This isn't about you. It's about me. I need to fix this.
Hey, watch her. Her necklace? That's a locust symbol.
Yes, so?
She would never be our enemy by choice. I know that.
Because she would die for us.
I know that. But what if it's not her choice?
Where are we going?
Back to where it all began.
Who's in the shadows? Who's ready to play? Are we the hunters or are we the prey?
Okay, this one, I thought I'd continue on with the Gears of War trailers and like we keep going long. But this one didn't live up to expectations. But I just thought I'd include it anyway. I'm pretty sure there's somebody who likes Gears 5.
Hey, what are you...
Why did you come here with me? What did JD tell you?
This is a wild game of survival.
Now, I'm curious, and I have no proof of this. This is just my own personal speculation. But do you think this is like, by the time of Gears 5, was this right, you think, at the start, where the whole girl bossing was like slowly starting to creep into video games? Because the way the character design, and it isn't all the way crazy about it, but it's just, with the hair maybe, and it's just like, I don't know. I'm trying to think, maybe because our knee-jerk reaction to like, quote unquote girl bossing characters, and it's like, where was that turning point? And I'm getting a feeling, was this around the time, maybe not this game specifically, but was this around the time when certain people were getting to the developer seats with, certain, quote unquote agendas, and start slowly interweaving into the narrative of certain characters and how they are designed? Don't know. Like I said, this is a speculation, but I'm just out of curiosity of how this kind of crap even got started. All right. We got a couple of fun ones here. Do you? We'll have to mute the audio again. Final Fantasy 15. I freaking love that game. I played it at least a couple of times. I'm going to have to mute some of the stuff here. Noctis, easily one of the best, newest additions to the Final Fantasy franchise. They've done an impressive job with 15. And knows how to handle a balancing out of his the cast of characters that you'll be utilizing with their own unique thing. And the fact that you outside of combat, they have their own little thing that they do to help boost up morale, or at least the bonds you build with each other. Like Noctis with the fishing, Claudio with the crap. What does he do? Camping. And then Prompto, I can't believe I still remember their names. Prompto with the photography, and Ignis with the cooking. Oh my god, I got all their names, and it's been so long. It took me a minute to get used to those warp controls, but once I got the hang of it, I had a cool time. Plus, his unique skills of acquiring different weapons throughout the game, and it's like, yeah, it built up your arsenal essentially, but ultimately know which ones you rather have. And they're not all perfect. They have some kind of drawback in some shape or form. So that way you just ain't just completely just perfect all around. It kind of forces you to pick. Same thing. Oh, and the whole exploration of the open world is insane. The supporting characters like Sydney was amazing. This game was like all in all just amazing from top to bottom. This is like very well done. Mostly because it took freaking forever for the thing to come out, but when it did, boy howdy, that it hit the mark. And the fact that like even though you had a car, it still needed to be run on gas and cleaned and detailed, which is a nice little cool thing. It's like, yeah, you didn't have to do all that, but it's a fun thing to add to make sure like, yeah, this is like your car is kind of like fast travel, but you gotta still maintain it like any other car. And it's like, God, that is such a good attention to detail. Personally, I didn't really care for the time skip. And spoiler alert, the death of Noctis at the end. Didn't really personally care for that. But besides that, pretty solid of a story, pretty solid of gameplay. And once again, you don't know what's going to expect. All you got is these cool buttons. And this is how you handle legit male camaraderie. And you don't see it all that often in video games. You see it here and there, and it's legit genuine. But it's like when Noctis and his friends, the way they collaborate is something that you see in genuine male relationships. They tease, they argue, they fight, they roughhouse, they get in each other's face. Guy stuff, and they talk about guy stuff. They talk about how hot Cindy is. Guys talk like that sometimes, and there's no policing of their tones. It's like, yeah, what you see is what you get, and it's so much fun. And that the way it opens with that song, I'm blanking on it, but it's so good. Crap, and it's just a pitch perfect choice to set the tone of these guys and the adventure they're about to go on as friends. And it pretty much is body on this too. No character was wasted. Thinking about it, after I'm done with
あれ、迫力ですね。
まるで占領されたみたいだな。
It looks like a futuristic thing. Like it's caught in between like a whole fantasy world with the modern day. Perfect balance.
何事もなかったかのようにルシスは続く。クリスタルと共に繁栄を続ける。それがニフルハイム側の鼻を沸かす最高の結末だと思う。
つまり徹底抗戦とクリスタル奪回、それでいいんだ。
いや、現実を見ろ、ナルト。
俺の強さを見てたろうが。
見たよ。でもまだ新しい力に体が慣れていないよ。
お前がいると犠牲者が
策はあるか。10倍返しくらい
100倍返しで考えてや
美味しくないよ。
でもそんなことを言うな。料理人が仕事を失う。
ルシスの血は根絶やしにすればいい。
なんだかめんどくさいことになってきたな。
とにかく城へ行こう。
奴らの目的は何なんだ。
やはりクリスタルだと思う。ニフルハイムはこれまでにもソルハイム、テネブラへアコルドのクリスタルを手に入れようと戦争を起こしている。
親父逃げてるらしいぞ。
ああ、合流を急ごう。
気ぃつけろよ。奴ら本気で殺しに来てるみたいだぞ。
こうなっては戦闘は避けられんか。
もともと避ける気なんてなかったけどな。
ノクト、どこまで行け。
ノクト、暴れると敵を引きつけてしまうぞ。
大丈夫だ、強いからな。
There's another thing about like 15 that personally I didn't really, well, I didn't hate it, but they could have done something a little bit more unique with the spells. Because I think up until we get back to the remake and rebirth, Final Fantasy has been kind of dropping the ball when it comes to the magic portion. Like, oh, we just use these elemental fire, lightning, I mean, we always had that, but I don't know. It's something about it, you know, with 15 that, I don't know, the magic use wasn't all that spectacular. Sure, you got like in Final Fantasy 7, you got like Thundaga and you know, Fraga and things of that sort, but I don't know. There's like I don't know. It's hard for me to describe. It's like there's some different.
目的はクリスタルか。言わずともお分かりのはずだ。この世界に残された最後のクリスタル。
奴らはクリスタルを運び出すつもりだろう。その前に何としてもクリスタルを取り戻す。
ルシスの制圧を完了させる。それと王子をレギスの息子。
Okay, enough of this. We pretty much got the point on this one.
once a nation of hope. A beacon of light in a world of chaos. But now, we are broken, filled by the lies of our enemies. My son, my heir, you are the key to our redemption. Only you can restore the light. Only you can reclaim the throne.
When the night
that's the song
has come and
Stand By Me, that was it.
be just as
Hello, Sydney. And that's another thing with 15. I could never, but they don't make it simple to pull off the summons like you want them to. And this is like a good example of exceeding expectations because, yeah, you expect to like to be with some partners on this adventure, but what they managed to do is, like when you are at the hotel or motel and you're saving, and your team is just like playing cards or somebody's reading a book or on their phone or something like that. It's just like, yeah, they're just hanging out. But when there was strife between the group, there's the melancholy music. They're all separated, ignoring each other. There's a good attention to detail there. Well, I was like, no, a lazier developer would still have them just recycle the same, laughing, playing cards, that kind of thing, like yeah, it's like, even though they are at each other's throats at a certain point in the story, but no, they still maintain that is the attention to detail, where it's like, okay, they put some heart into this. And this is what I'm talking about, games that promise something in their trailers and deliver it or exceed expectations. And this is a good example. This is how you're supposed to do it. Okay. Speaking of Final Fantasy VII, let's go through the Rebirth trailers, remake and Rebirth trailers.
Long ago, we looked upon a foreboding sky. The memory of the star that threatened all burns eternal in our hearts. In its wake came an age of silence. Yet with each fond remembrance, we knew those encountered were not forgotten.
Man, Midgard is the most recognizable city
That
in
someday
video game history.
we would see them again. Perhaps it was no more than wishful thinking. But after the long calm, there are now the beginnings of a stir. The reunion at hand may bring joy. It may bring fear. But let us embrace whatever it brings. For they are coming back.
Man, people lost their mind when they saw this trailer.
At last, the promise has been made.
And they had a lot to live up to. Because, man, I tell you, Final Fantasy VII, the OG, is considered one of the best video games ever. Ever. Right up there with like James Bond, GoldenEye, and Batman Arkham City, in terms of like one of the greatest games designed. And it still holds up. So yeah, Remake and Rebirth have a lot to live up to. And the painstakingly, and this is how you do a remake, a proper remake, similar to another game that I will show you soon, but not only you have to like bring back the old fans what they remember, but do subtle tweaks, because I made a video a long time ago talking about the difference between a remake and a remaster. Remaster is just updated graphics of the same thing you already know. A remake, a proper remake, how I think movies, instead of calling like a remake of Lion King, how about it's a remaster of Lion King where it's just updated graphics, because you ain't changing anything with it. And with Final Fantasy VII Remake, it's the same story, but there's subtle tweaks in it, so that way, you know, old fans can just like breeze on through. Like, no, there's some stuff that'll catch you off guard, they'll throw in, or update some stuff that couldn't be done back in the day with the technology we had, but now with better graphics or better technology, we can expand on a particular level than we could before. That's how you handle remakes, in not just with video games, but I suggest in movies as well. Like, I think Maleficent and Cruella are proper remakes because it's not telling the exact same story. There's definite, you know, twists and updates that force you to actually make an original story. Okay.
You were a soldier first class. So, Cloud, you were a soldier first class, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
Really? What's weird about it?
Nothing. Just that you were the same rank.
Huh? As who?
The first guy I ever loved.
Oh.
Wow. Your eyes.
Yes, Aerith is an ancient. Probably the last one living.
You know you're not just any little girl. You're a descendant of the ancients.
You're wrong! I'm not an ancient! When we're older, and you're a famous soldier, if I'm ever trapped or in trouble, promise you'll come and save me.
Sephiroth, soldiers. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all of this!
I've never been so proud. Women must be hounding you day and night.
I'd really love to stay and chat, but we gotta go.
So soon?
Got more pizza in the oven? I'll take another wedge!
Looky here, boys! Burglars!
Tifa, I'm coming for you!
Viciously! Without mercy! Until they vomit blood!
You seek my approval, do you?
I should warn you.
Yeah, that's another thing. The Walmart,
Dale,
how they was going to handle that, that was a lot
Give it
of
back.
people's concern.
Give it back.
Are you going?
I'm sorry, honey. I wish I didn't have to.
Shinra has confirmed the reactor to be the target of the bomb threat.
Shinra's decided they ought to stamp them out.
The sky is falling, and Avalanche is to blame.
But I work for Shinra. I'm the enemy.
I don't care.
Greetings and welcome. Avalanche, I presume.
You mean you're not here to give President Shinra his comeuppance?
I've also drafted a
That will not be needed.
2 words, Reeve. Neo Midgar.
Come on, let's push it past the red line! Stop them, you fools! Don't let them escape!
They're going to drop the plate on us?
Yes.
Whispers, perhaps best described as arbiters of fate.
No, you don't! Not when I'm working!
I promise you will regret this.
The sector in which you stand has been condemned.
You're a soldier, aren't you? Which, of course, would mean that I own you. Through suffering, you will grow strong. Isn't that what you want?
Come on, you see the piece of shit we're driving here!
Says the 300-pound sack of it.
Hey!
That part did give me some trouble.
Justice, honor, freedom. Vain indulgences everywhere.
Every time the whispers touch me, I lose something, a part of myself.
Tonight marks a new beginning. For Shinra!
This could well be her last line of defense. Let's go.
Let us defy destiny. Together. Cloud, there's still so much to be done.
Zack Fair. So yeah, that is that's how you make a freaking trailer. God. Still holds up. Let's all of Rebirth's trailers so far.
What we've done, that's set in stone. The past is forever. But the future, even if it has been written, can be changed. So focus on the future.
Actually, hold on. Let me take a brief pause for the cause for a second. I just need to get me something to drink. Hold on. It's taking longer of a video than expected. Just give me a minute. All right, now let's get to it.
Not the past.
He wants to finish what he started. He wants to reclaim his birthright and rule over the planet with Jenova at his side. I saw you lying there. I figured it was too late.
Wait, what are you implying? That I died? That I'm some kind of imposter?
You were here with me.
There's a lot of
5 years
speculation
ago.
with what's going on with the story.
Where are you?
But everybody was pretty much sold
What happened
on
to you?
this.
I'm trying so hard to find you.
Sorry.
So not only you probably set up a good sequel, but you also set up this mystery that not even the OG fans know which way it can go. That's how you freaking do it.
Feel like I failed you.
We're still here at the scene of this terrible disaster, caused by a massive tornado which swept through sectors 0, 1, and 2. Amidst the wreckage of the expressway, search and rescue operations are already in progress.
Wow. Just look at it all. It's so green. Even after everything we've done to it, it's still going strong.
It may look that way, but in reality, it's barely hanging on.
I was wondering, what's Cloud been doing these past 5 years? Where's he been?
And you're asking me this?
This is gonna sound crazy, but as far as I know, Cloud was never in Nibelheim 5 years ago.
The life stream. It is the very essence of our star. The blood coursing through its planetary veins.
According to Hojo, they're connected to Sephiroth. Shadows of the Man, I believe he called them.
Sephiroth was in Midgar.
And this
We
is a
fought
great
him.
open world too.
Whatever happened, he's alive.
But why come back now? After 5 years, doing who knows what?
Well now, think we woke it up.
Angered it, more like.
Feast your eyes on the Turk's latest and greatest, Elena.
She may be new, but she's still a Turk.
Oh man, I forgot about some of the little side quests, like that freaking board game that you have to do in order to collect, you know, like pieces of that armor. Those were kind of annoying. Not gonna lie, not one of my favorites. I literally have to look up and just copy what somebody else did in order to get past that sucker. I couldn't wait to be done with it, honestly. But it took me a while, but eventually I got used and actually got to enjoy that card game, Queen's Blood. And the combination of skills, those really good. I gotta see Lucy and there's a team action finally. But how will they handle
Keep her away from me!
and
They say she's a monster,
vampire?
that she can peer inside you, into the very depths of your soul. that she can be.
Because Sid has the lance, and the vampire guy, like I said, forgot his freaking name. He wields a gun, but he also has vampiric powers. And from what I remember, back in the day, when people use Sid, they pretty much utilize him to throw grenades a lot. So that's how I'm picturing how I will probably have to use Sid in the last game installment. And they still workshopping the name because they're doing a remake, rebirth. Last one, I don't know, reborn.
Those you hate, those you fear, those you love.
Marie,
You murdered my dad! You burned my village!
You know that I killed her. So, who is she?
The world's ending.
Can't believe it was only this year I
At
played
least,
this game.
that's what
We all
everyone's
played
saying.
this game.
The sky. I don't like it.
Ready to fire, sir.
Welcome
I wrapped up the
to the
thing
New
this
World
past
Order.
summer, or spring.
Fire!
Just close your eyes and listen. Tell me you can't hear that. Her rallying cry.
The planet runs out of energy. It and everything on it dies.
We can overcome our fate.
Oh, man,
Am I
I'm
the
so
same
worried
as
about,
these
like, the
monsters?
dates and-
Am I even?
Because I think they should have let you choose which date you want rather than leave it up to chance, because nobody knew, unless you looked it up, that depending on how well you bond with or how much you bond with a particular character will determine which one of them was going to be on a date with you. I lucked out and got the Aerith one, which is the canonized one. But personally, I would have gone with Tifa. But I was worried about it being Red 13. If you saw the joy on my freaking face, I made sure I marked it on the particular video that I, as I was doing the walkthrough, I marked the particular video so you'll know, so you can see my, or at least hear, my genuine excitement and relief. Because I didn't care which, as long as it's like between Yuffie, Tifa, or Era. But I'd rather have been Tifa. But did not want the opposite of hooking up with Red 13. Why would you make that?
Human?
Okay, we're looking for Sephiroth. Think you can find him?
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Sephiroth.
that. He was kind of
You
fun
see.
too.
So you heeded the call too, did you?
What are you talking about?
As you can see, your brothers down there are having a little get-together.
They're our best chance of finding Sephiroth.
Yeah. I ask because I suspect they're soldiers suffering from cellular degradation.
Do not be deceived. You know the truth. Trust in me.
Sephiroth! Come on!
On me.
Look!
Oh yeah, those Chocobo race games, those were so...
Excuse me. Could you look after my friend? Just for a bit.
A weapon?
Tutelary creatures. set only to appear when the planet is in grave danger.
Who dares disturb my slumber? It's upon us.
Bitches
The
love Jack.
reunion. When worlds merge. I'm waiting, Cloud.
When there is so much to tell, where should I even start? With all that we saw, what we heard, what we felt, this planet of ours.
Yeah. Like, I think we get the point. Alright, let's go to Resident Evil 4 remake. This is the other one I was telling you about. Now, this is how you make a proper remake.
You see, we are all connected through the holy body. When you need only accept the sacred gift. Christ! Like she did.
Temperance, child.
I've taken the liberty of preparing some entertainment for you.
Ah, the entertainment.
Without further ado, the gallant knight protects the princess fair.
Now, see, most people's complaint who are OG fans of Resident Evil 4, which is another game, one of the best games in history, is that they kind of suck the banter out of some of these villains. It's kind of like the fun smarminess of it all. And like the, you know, the amount of puns that was in the original. They kind of took most of that out. This is part the fun. Like, Sailor, you're small time. That kind of thing.
I'll make it cheap for you. Move!
And they kind of make it
always like this with you.
Attractive.
How about you open fire instead of your mouth?
Long time no see.
Major Krauser? Why?
You can't save her. You can't save anyone.
What's gonna happen to me?
We gotta keep moving forward. We will beat this. Together.
Thanks.
Then come, Sancho Panza. Let us rescue the Princess Dulcinea.
You gotta hurt yourself.
Sorry, bad traffic. One combat chopper compliments the Hunnigan.
Ha! Ha! This is kind of fun. Ahead!
You're kidding.
Ah, yes, the time has come.
Like I told you. I'm gonna get you home safe.
Ready to die, rookie.
Exalt all, Leon!
And I don't know how
And
I feel
let
about
it be so.
the knife needing
This time.
constant upgrades.
It has to be different.
And the durability depletion. Yeah, I don't care for it personally.
Time to cause some mayhem.
Can't believe it's been over a year ago. There's actually a lot of PlayStation games trailers that I'm reacting to. All right, here's another good one. Dragon Ball FighterZ. Talking about a good setup, man.
Let's hurry up and get this started.
This could be fun.
I'll play with you.
I wish I kept up with this, but I did as long as I could. But there's so many other games that came out. But this was a solid game. Didn't care for the story, or at least the story mode. But man, the game was fun. Perfect combination of 2D and 3D. Goku Black was my main. Kind of wish they kept the same game controls for Sparking Zero. This is the technique. Oh my god. And of course, Sparking Zero, which honestly does have an amazing trailer. It's like, you know, well, when it comes to these fighting games, you kind of sort of know what you're getting into, but it's still fun to see what kind of, I think the whole point of it is to see how many of the fighters are going to be involved. That is probably most of the fun, and what kind of graphics that it's going to be giving us.
Peggy 12.
Okay, just making sure I got.
Break through the limit! John!
Graphics in here is I'm still getting used to the game controls for this. And I think this game probably has the most characters in this roster than any other game I can think of.
It's here!
It's the finale.
You're dead meat.
Time to take out the trash.
Here we go, everyone! Ultra big bang! Your energy with me for a spirit bomb! I'll push you away. Everything! The end for you!
Hope I don't get any copyright on that one. But yeah, awesome trailer. Okay. I'm not gonna probably do all of it, but we're gonna do at least a good portion of this one, because I have to put in the Pokemon video game trailers. They were fun, and that's part of the purpose of a video game trailer, is making it fun and enticing, because most of these are for kids and teens. And you gotta market to them, know your audience, and these commercials should be like a fun little experience, which most commercials nowadays isn't like that. Because there was some creativity in the 90s and the early 2000s where it's like it's almost telling like a little story, and we don't get much of that anymore.
Yeah, whatever. I'll be right back.
Where can you catch 150 Pokemon?
Jesus!
On your Game Boy, that's where. Pokemon for Game Boy is here. With both packs, you can catch them all. Games and systems sold separately.
Now that you've earned your Pokemon Trainer's license and your very own Pikachu, it's time for Pokemon Yellow for Game Boy Color. Battle a friend for the Poke, Pika, and Petit Cup titles on your way to becoming the greatest Pokemon master of all time. It's Pokemon Yellow for your Game Boy Color.
You've conquered Red. You've mastered Blue. You've triumphed over Yellow. You've caught them all. And now you're ready for the next step. Welcome to the world of Pokemon Gold and Silver. Tons of new Pokemon. New adventures and worlds to explore. New badges to collect.
You wasn't there for the hype when they
ask yourself,
the big lights.
have you got what it takes? Pokemon Gold and Silver ready to eat for everyone.
Using apricots to turn into unique Pokemon.
These guys think you can unlock the mystery of the unknown. What do you think those strange markings mean? Just help me push. You can enter the world of Pokemon Crystal, the latest adventure from Johto with an all-new Pokedex. Pokemon Crystal, gotta catch 'em all.
Oh yeah, I remember this commercial. God, it brings back memories.
Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire, only for Game Boy Advance, rated E for everyone.
You've mastered every Pokemon move. Sleep powder. Rock throw.
My leg!
Confuse Ray. Now you're ready for the all-new Battle Frontier. Take on your biggest challenge yet in Pokemon.
That's what I'm missing.
Only for Game Boy Advance. Rated E for everyone.
Why did they not? With the technology and the funds that Nintendo and the Pokemon Company has, when they introduced like stuff like going to other regions from the past and battling more stronger versions of past gym leaders, or even like the Battle Frontier or this island where other gym leaders from other regions come and congregate, or even the Elite Four members of different regions come to congregate, and we can do this big battle tower type of situation. I forgot what it was specifically called, but I'm pretty sure if you played Pokemon for a very long time, you know what I'm referencing. Don't know why there isn't like a staple in every Pokemon game since. Maybe because for a while, maybe we didn't have the space for it, but now that we got consoles, you can fit it all now. And I thought after Let's Go Pikachu, they would have the presence of mind. Okay, let's go back and update, Gold and Silver, and Pokemon Let's Go Gold and Silver and Let's Go Ruby and Sapphire, and just go through the previous games, and of course, obviously give us new games, but those things take a long time to make, and you can just have on some other set of team to work on the Let's Go franchise, essentially, to get people, because you already got the blueprints for it, just update it all. It's kind of the same way they did with, while we was waiting on Batman Arkham Knight, they've been working on Arkham Origins and put that out, which was pretty good, to tie us over and keep us busy for a while so our minds can kind of be off of waiting on Arkham Knight to come out. So by the time people are pretty much letting the dust settle with Origins, here comes a few months later Arkham Knight that took a while. If you have been playing Arkham Origins, of course it'll feel like it was taking forever. They should have been doing like that, things like that for the Pokemon franchise, where they keep putting out like remakes, updated graphics and stuff with older Pokemon games that we can easily replay. Because I want to be able to play classic Pokemon games that's not the Kanto region.
Mom.
Oh. A new generation of Pokemon is taking over. You can pre-order Pokemon Diamond or Pokemon Pearl now to receive a Pokemon collectible stylus with topper. Games available April 22nd. Only for Nintendo DS. Rated E for everyone.
Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl were just the beginning. A new adventure in the Sinnoh region begins. Pokemon Platinum. Sinnoh is a land rich with nature, but another world not covered by time or space emerges. Search for a legendary Pokemon to thwart the evil plans of Team Galactic. New characters, new facilities, new enhanced features. New challenges await after completing the main story, The Battle Frontier. 5 facilities built for Pokemon battles, each one with different rules. By winning battles, you earn points that can be used to get special items. Connect to Nintendo Wi-Fi connection to see Pokemon trainer rankings from around the world. Enjoy mini-games with up to 4 players online. Share videos of your most exciting Pokemon battles with trainers from all over the world. Improve your battle skills by watching other trainer strategies.
This one seems kind of basic. Now I was just trying to show off the region, which is fine. And of course, the new starters, Pokemon.
Welcome to the Kalos region, home of your new Pokemon adventure. An amazing new world to explore. a place where you will discover many new Pokemon. Introducing a new type of Pokemon, Fairy type.
I'll give it credit.
Sylveon is just one example of this 18th Pokemon type.
After a couple of generations,
which is super effective against Dragon-type Pokemon. Adding a new twist to your battle strategies. Another new feature is Pokémonami, an exciting way to bond with your Pokemon.
That seems like a waste.
Feed,
I guess they try to add a new
play with
feature,
Pokemon.
To give you something to do outside of just the standard battling and traveling. But feeding and petting your Pokemon, yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense. But I, would have rather not do all that extra stuff. But at the very least, I'm glad they done away with those Pokemon contests. Those was kind of lame in my opinion. Really did not care for that stuff. Maybe if you're into beauty pageants, if you're a girl who plays Pokemon, I'm pretty sure you got a thrill out of those beauty pageant type of contests. But by and large, it's like, God, that's so dull. I participated in those things, sure. But unless they really, really do something that will affect you in future battles or any, like if you got the top spot in a contest, it gives your Pokemon not permanent, but temporary boost in stats for one time during your next gym battle. Then it will make the contest seem worth participating in, in my opinion.
To deepen the connection between you. Whether big or small. You can even copy your Pokemon's actions to make them happier. Get ready for the next episode.
Yeah, I'm not impressed. Now this kind of like brings things back to like making those awesome commercials with the Pokemon. Let's go. So Pokemon Go. I played Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, which is pretty much Pokemon Yellow with updated graphics. I played at least a couple of times in a row. It was really, really fun. Definitely, met expectations. ice those Pokeballs for real though? I doubt it. I'm pretty sure some might have sold, but no, honestly, it wasn't probably all that much. Or even doing this. I would not bring my Switch out for any reason. Close it out with Sword and Shield. All the other Pokemon games wasn't really living up to the hype. That isn't a updated version of a previous game. Oh well, I still want to check out the A to Z but no, I'm not gonna count it because the game is out yet. This is just like a video talking about game trailers of games that already came out and we already know all about them, how they measure them. So we're going to end it with this. The British football. Bunny. Yeah, after a certain point, I wasn't really impressed with the starters. No, it started with Sun and Moon. Since Sun and Moon moving forward, I was never impressed with the new starters. Not really. All right. The Marvel Sony Spider-Man games definitely lived up to the hypes.
All units, 1010S at 36 and Park. Repeat, all units be advised. Shots fired at Fisk Towers.
Great musical score. And part of the Spider-Verse, technically.
Yuri, I'm here.
What do you see?
Find the rest. The boss wants them dead.
Looks like the demons are moving in on Fisk's territory.
You got this?
I got this.
This is like, well, like an experienced Spider-Man would look like. Just like knocking it out of the park, left and right. Like he's been at this for darn near a decade.
X-Men have fled through the building. Eliminate them.
Should have worn a helmet.
You got what you came for. You don't need to kill us too.
Fisk's territory is ours now.
Not today.
Spider-Man! Tell the boss is here!
Hey, Willie.
You.
Nice jumpsuit. Slimming.
Stay out of my business.
Wait, the demons. Who's their leader?
Keep my men alive and maybe I'll tell you.
Saving bad guys from other bad guys. Not how I thought today would go. Hey, big guy. Is that a Higgs field? That's actually really cool.
You know, because this was, I don't know if this was the final thing. I remember.
Fisk, your men are safe. Your turn. Who runs the demons?
You're about to find out. Check the roof.
He's here? Martin Lee. Oh, come on. No, 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 no! Let's go! Go! Did that just happen? Yeah.
I'm getting reports of a helicopter with a wrecking ball?
It's complicated. Turns out Martin Lee is running the demons.
The guy who runs the homeless shelter?
Like I said, complicated. Sit tight, Yuri. I got this. Please, let me got this.
That helicopter is destroying the city.
I know.
You need to bring it down.
I know.
Maybe you could superhero a little faster?
Working on it, Yuri. Too close. flight to Newark? Why are you doing this?
Because no one else will!
Lee, this is crazy! This isn't you!
You don't know me!
Need a plan real fast! I guess this is the plan! Come on, Pete, you got this! You got this, you got this, you got this! Please don't screw this up! Mr. Lee?
That's like freaking set up a trailer, man. God dog, that was a good trailer. Of course, we got to go through the other Spider-Man games from the PlayStation. Square Enix.
Look, I don't know if I'm ready to fly solo. You gotta take the oath. I promise to do everything in my power to protect this city. I promise.
This is another good one. Was properly setting up what the premise is without telling us the full story. We don't know anything about who the Tinkerer is or the main goal or any of the other things. All we know is that Miles Morales is flying solo for the first time, and he's still new at this, and we'll see how he handles it. Now, over time, we come to learn about the developers behind this, and some might argue it has its woke moments, but it's not as egregious like as that Dragon Age scene that was just leaked and getting all the flack, which is deserved because like you're over heavy-handed with this stuff. However, the Miles Morales game has its moments, given the fact that you look at the developers behind the Miles Morales game. Yeah, you can tell, a handful of them are like pretty activists, are pretty much activists, I should say. And the whole thing with gentrification and all the stuff with Haley and that little side quest that you play as her, it's just like, if you take that out, it won't really hurt the game all that much. Especially considering this was supposed to be like a DLC content for the PS4 Spider-Man, but it was so big it couldn't fit in there. But all in all, it was still pretty solid of a Miles Morales game.
Whoa.
Qué guapo.
Gracias, mami.
Guys, I wanted to thank you. Both of you.
You need to lay low. Don't trust anybody, and don't take off that mask.
This message is from Roxxon. The underground will stop it.
They need you. Miles, what's the underground doing? They're after Newform. Tinkerer, stop!
Gotta say, I'm disappointed, bud. Krieger.
You think you can beat the Tinker? Roxxon,
You can't!
Every time I think I got this Spider-Man thing figured out, something goes wrong.
Miles, our family doesn't give up.
Whenever you say Spider-Man, you always mean the other one. You're Spider-Man. You can fix this. Your way.
This is my time. I'm seizing the moment cause I gotta go for the time's gone. Ain't scared of the dark cause I'm bringing the light with
They
the
didn't also
knife.
have to include that whole thing with on that bridge with those Roxxon cops like threatening to shoot him, like the whole police brutality, you know, not so subtly hinting at. And it's like, you didn't need to do all that stuff. You really didn't need to. You were doing it.
See it coming, I don't need a sign. This the moment I'ma make it mine.
Not speaking for all black people.
My time now.
But you did like over.
My time.
Okay. And now the PS5 Spider-Man.
A lot's happened in the last 10 years.
Say
It's
no,
a miracle
Venom.
I'm even sitting here now.
That's all you need. Venom.
I got a second chance. And I'm gonna take advantage of that.
And we don't care for the.
But I need you
looks
with
of
me,
these,
Pete. You're gonna heal the world.
A lot of these characters they have, where they're supposed to be a slightly older Peter, like a Peter and Mary Jane and Harry Osborn nearing their 30s.
Guys, this is my best friend
And they
Harry.
look like they're trying to reduce their age.
Good to meet you.
New job, huh? Still gonna have time for...
Oh, and then the Killmonger look, stop it! Every person who's a gamer, especially if they're black, do not care for this one-note look just because Michael B. Jordan popularized it. Doesn't make your character... It's like trying to put a cigarette in a person's mouth to make them instantly cool. You're doing the same thing with this hairstyle. I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a rant, but this is getting on my freaking nerves when we're trying to see that kind of crap. And it's like you're trying to make your black character instantly cool instead of just relying on his character development to do the job for you, and the actor voicing the character to do the job for you. You think like, oh, this is a quick, cool fix. God, I do not like the hairstyle. And another thing, the actors who play Mary Jane in these games look great in the previous game, but now you uglified her a bit. She went from like an A to a B minus, C plus, which is like, why you downgrade her looks when the actress herself looks so attractive? And then don't get me started with the Peter Parker look, because you think you're slick. We all know that you're trying to make him look like Tom Holland, and he's vastly different from the first game, and it looks so cringy. Some got used to it, but I'm not going to just let it go. Okay? It was perfectly fine before. That was like a change. That was like a perfect example of a change that was not required. You was doing your own thing, and yet you're trying to, like, it's obvious what you was trying to do. Oh, what am I doing?
Tutoring?
We'll figure it out.
Nice
I didn't know there were bears in these woods. Hey, MJ, I have another name for you. Craven. He's here on some kind of hunt. You know, if you need me, I'm just a call away.
And I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about turning Mary Jane into a Lois Lane type. I really don't know how I feel about it. I got mixed emotions about that.
You don't know what you took
Just
from me.
want Mary Jane to do something besides
All Miles talks
being
about
a
is how
model.
to be a better Spider-Man. how to help you.
What the hell's going on with Pete?
He's not
Or just an
himself.
actor.
Go.
One or the
help
other.
him.
I don't know. You're forcing her to be like a.
This was our
Lois
dream.
Lane. And it's not Lois' character.
I'm not going to lose him.
We're going to heal the world.
Can you believe it's been like a year since this game came out? Wow. And it was an amazing game, not gonna lie. But they could have done so much more with Kraven instead of killing him off just, I won't say unceremoniously, but still, it's just like, man, you built up both of these characters and you didn't necessarily drop the ball, but it's just so much you could have done. And more recently, we just found out that they have no expectations of making DLC for Spider-Man 2, which is weird. Why would you not? Because it was still highly successful. It's crazy to me. Okay, here's an oldie but a goodie. Dante's Inferno. This was like an amazing trailer. Freaking love this.
At the midpoint on the journey of life, I found myself in a dark
I really
forest.
wish they would have made like a trilogy
The
out of
clear
this.
path was lost.
There was like a football exclusive trailer to this, a football commercial for this game, but I couldn't utilize that because it had a copyright song. But it's probably like my favorite. So I had to choose this one. What's this Jessica? Go to hell. God, that was... Oh, God. Freaking love that game. This is a crowning achievement of video game trailers that lived up to, which the game lived up to expectations. Ghost of Tsushima, one of my favorite games I played in the last few years.
气如多春。
The ghost. Some say he died on the beach. Others say he is a storm made flesh. When the wind thrashes their tents and boats, they know he is coming.
Definitely lived up to expectations.
Wu coach man, chill.
Tell him I'm coming.
I just sure hope Ghost of Yotei lives up to expectations too, despite the main actress's, little personal political issues that she's like really like disturbingly so ingrained with. Okay. Okay, we're nearly done. I was gonna get through almost coming at 3 hours, but this has been kind of fun just to revisit these classic trailers. At least I deem classic trailers. So we got God of War Ragnarok. Now in this I want to go through all the trailers for God of War, but I figure we'll just deal with one, and I figure we'll, go with the last one. I thought that was probably the superb out of the entire franchise.
Everyone keeps secrets. Sometimes it's the only way to protect the ones we love.
I know you. God Killer. What is it you want from me? Is it a god of war you came to find?
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos? All that blood on your hands? On your son's hands?
Oh my God. And right out the gate, they, in this game, right out the gate, they stirred up hard with just a calm before the storm. Literally the storm. Where just this big, mighty Thor just waltzing on in. Can we have a calm and civil conversation? And then here comes Odin trying to make peace, but knowing that that will compromise and possibly bite them in the butt, especially with certain allies, and just goes into like a boss fight with Thor and Kratos. My goodness. And just, it's one of the best boss fights ever. Oh my God. Right away, they set the
tell me.
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim.
But you don't believe in any of it.
And still I follow. Because all that matters is that you are safe.
But that's not all that matters. Who's keeping you safe?
I do not need you to protect me.
You sure about that?
Pretender God! For the old father!
Death can have me when it earns me.
Still one of the hardest lines I ever heard in a video game. Death can have me when it earns me.
What do you even know of God's word? In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you? Can you even imagine that kind of love? No! You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
Fate only binds you if you let it. Do what is necessary. Not because it is written. Make our own destiny.
God, man, that set a tone. There's a Greek god versus like a Norse god. Like, where in the world you ever will see something like that? But that's the thing. It's like the way they set it up, where it's like, if you've been playing God of War for a very long time, or you've at least familiar with the story, the epic story over Kratos' lifetime, is that people in the Norse region know of his history. Word kind of spread, I guess, somehow, that how the Greek pantheon just came tumbling down because of this god of war, or at least the replacement god of war, and just wreaked utter havoc and cause utter upheaval. And now you come into their land, so of course they're gonna be like sketchy about this guy. Like, well, we come knocking on our door for whatever explicable reason, and then the death of start with the death of Baldur, which he never really wanted to do, but he kind of forced his hand. It's all culminated where Freya actually had to finally hear his story out, and knowing that he was always played by his gods like a fool, and he was young, He was angry. He lost so much. And it was utterly a puppet. And because of his vengeance, yeah, he does some stuff that, looking back, now he's older and wiser, he just utterly regrets. He now knows when to kill when it's needed. But then it's like, back then, he just, he's one-track minded. Anybody in his way, or even if, they weren't in his way, but get caught up in a crossfire, he could have helped, or he could have ignored them, but he chose, like that fisherman, he told a story to Ymir, where it's like, there was this like, boatman that I needed a key from, and like, it was like a Hydra. I could have saved him, but I chose not to. And just like, he was an idiot, a vengeful idiot, but it just goes to show that, like, man, this is like this long history that culminated to this point. And with the Odin saying, like, has anybody ever prayed to you? Ever loved you? Do you ever felt that type of love before? It's like, because technically he is a god. And it's like, wow, that's a lot. And man, all that in this one trailer. And you just like can't wait to see how this story unfolds throughout this entire history of God of War. Now, there's been here and there some God of War games that, like, Ascension wasn't. I don't think Ascension was known to be good. These spin-offs, I don't think they were known to be good, but by and large, it was still a very successful franchise. Okay, this one's another recent one. Black Myth Wukong. This is like an incredible trailer. And I'm having fun with this game currently. Some of the boss fights are crazy tough, and then like missing out on certain things because you didn't know you got to go a particular order in order to get a certain task done, which would be a little more informative or allows the access regardless. These locations I'm already familiar with, so this is right at the beginning. They didn't let us know at all what to expect beyond this. Yes, sir. Let's go do 2 more trailers here. And this one is going to be all of the Batman Arkham game trailers. Not the Suicide Squad one, because that doesn't, I think a lot of people will be in agreement, that doesn't freaking count. Because it was that freaking terrible. But the other ones lived up to expectations perfectly. It's just a shame Rocksteady dropped the ball and just couldn't just let Sleeping Dogs lie after Arkham Knights and just start working on other DC characters. Like, Superman or Wonder Woman. Matter of fact, where it happened to that Wonder Woman game? God knows where is that. But Green Lantern, Cyborg, Flash, anybody. Martian Manhunter. Like, you pretty much told all you needed to tell with the Arkham games.
The Joker has been apprehended. Batman is now en route to Arkham Island.
Look at all this new security.
How's a guy supposed to break out of here?
Don't be a stranger.
He surrendered almost without a fight.
Kevin Conroy.
I don't like it.
At least he's back where he belongs.
Mark Hamill too.
Get up!
I set a trap, and you sprang it gloriously. Now let's get this party started!
There's no escape, Joker.
I don't want to escape. I'm having way too much fun.
It's perfectly set up like an incredible arc throughout the Arkham franchise. Similar how the Sony Spider-Man games are perfectly setting up
Joker.
things.
Over? Why, my dear delusional Dark Knight.
Like ultimate Batman.
It hasn't even begun.
With all his gadgets and resources, similar to how Spider-Man in the Sony games has all his gadgets and resources and experience, so he can just be top notch. Oh, this one's an incredible trailer. Oh my god. Well done.
I need details, Captain. Tell me everything about him.
I'm in a lot of pain.
This will help you. Remember.
We thought we had him trapped. But he was waiting for us.
Target in sight, Tiger 1.
Saying like pretty much militia after Batman. That was a big mistake.
Extraordinary, isn't he?
God, it's like you kept watching like an animated movie.
You knew we couldn't take him down. You knew we were no match for him.
Yes, but soon we will be. This is merely one more twist of the knife to test
Now
it.
see, like, I don't care that much for Batman versus Superman, but that scene in that warehouse with Batman taking on those goons, you cannot tell me Zack Snyder did not take inspiration from the Arkham games, because that is like the pitch perfect similar fighting capabilities that we finally get to see that we haven't gotten for so long in all the Batman films. We never really got to see like a full-on fight choreography with Batman outside of the video games, and Ben Affleck delivered it to us. Say what you will about BVS, and I have as well. But that scene, you know, any stars you give BVS, that scene earned that star. And it's thanks to this game.
Who sent you? You go Strange.
So, you know my name. Good. Because I know everything about you. Your darkest secret. Your ultimate weakness. I know you are Bruce Wayne.
My God, that was a long time ago. I don't care what anybody says. Arkham Origins is so good. So good. Set in Christmas time. It's pretty much like, you know, Batman Returns, the video game.
Drop it there, fellas. Oh, come on. Frank, check the breaker.
Yeah, like, oh, I didn't even notice that before. Oh my God. I know I've seen this trailer years ago, but it's probably the first time I took note. I was like, oh my God. Maybe I just forgot. Like, yeah, he cracked his teeth and his lip is a little bit busted, and you can see the little mini flash, like just good attention to detail, man. Like, my God, he did some freaking damage. Like, Batman can rock somebody's world with like a good punch. Like, he probably hits like a Mack truck. Even if he's pulling back. Let those guys inside, or put it somewhere where the blast rays won't hurt them, maybe?
Looks like you got my invitation. Just you and me. Come on!
Honestly, one of the best boss fights, one of my favorite boss fights in the video game, in Arkham Origins, Batman vs. Deathstroke. That was so much fun. Look, it's like a person that can really go toe to toe with Batman.
Not so fast, Deathstroke. He's my kill.
You're not Will Smith.
Find a body?
No. And next time, keep your other assassins out of my way.
You had your shot, Deathstroke. But you're not the only assassin in town.
Shut up, Joe.
And the night is young.
And the DLC Code Called Heart is one of my favorite DLCs in a video game. Very good story.
I've long waited for this moment. With your death, I will find peace.
Eight assassins after your head. What are you going to do?
I'm going to find Black Mask and put an end to this.
Kill him and I'll pay you whatever you want. Make him suffer and I'll double it. Scream for me!
A broken promise from a broken king. A broken promise from a fallen king.
I present to you the death of the Batman.
Unhardened vigilante. You're a young man with a trust fund and too much anger.
I am the reason the criminals breathe easier when the sun rises. I'm on your side.
My side? My side works within the law. We've earned Gotham's respect.
If that were true, I wouldn't be here.
Gordon, clear the line of fire! You've got nowhere to run.
Gotham's gonna burn!
You need a new hobby.
The last will and testament of the deceased, Thomas Wayne. In the event of my death, I hereby declare that all my worldly possessions pass to my son, Bruce Wayne. Bruce, I ask that you honor the Wayne family legacy and commit yourself to the improvement of Gotham City, its institutions, and its citizens. Please, be strong. You are young, but destined for great things. Make the most of your opportunities. Use them to give back to a city that has given us so much. To change the lives of millions of people.
I love this parallel with Thomas
Do not be
Wayne's,
frivolous with this wealth.
last will and testament.
Please do not waste it all on fast cars and outrageous clothes and the pursuit of a destructive lifestyle.
I like this. I like this parallel. Great
Invest
setup.
in Gotham. Treat its people like family. Watch over them and use this money to safeguard them from forces beyond their control. My deepest regret is I will not see you grow into the good man I know you will become. And finally, my son, I ask that you never abandon this city to fate. We have lived through dark days, and no doubt there are more to come. But it is the good and great men who stand up for Gotham when others turn and run. In death, I will love you forever. Your father, Thomas.
I know they could have done better with the Batmobile, but we got it. And there's moments where it's actually really good. So we were building the Batmobile for so many things. Nearly done. I know it's like 3 hours. I didn't think it was going to take this freaking long to go over these games, but yeah, we're nearly done. Got at least 2 more. Devil May Cry 5. I love the Devil May Cry franchise, but the 5th one really knocked it out of the park. Nice continuation from where 4 left off. And new updated looks for the characters.
We've known each other a long time.
Hold the line! Hold the line! Nothing gets through!
And criminals, for some reason, changed Dante's manager into a black guy.
You never had this much trouble. You gonna make it through this?
They're demons! I've seen them with my own eyes! Red Grave is completely taken over!
Let us pray for mercy. This is a trial from the heavens
above. It has a great freaking score.
Hey, honey. Need assistance?
Hey, you have to hit every single bump in the road? Gonna ruin my crew!
talking about like getting you hyped for a freaking game. Now that's another thing that the trailer got to do. It has to get you hyped, you know, to the game you're prepared to purchase. It has to earn your money. And Devil May Cry 5 really earns your money.
Demons around. That's why I built him that well-functioning arm to kick demon ass.
I love Nico. Oh my god, he's so hot.
What? No chit-chat or monologue? Just getting right to the point, huh?
He believe Johnny Young brought voice Nero, and now he's gonna be voicing Dante in the next movie or TV show.
My brilliant badass work is worth every dime, you know it. Cash first.
Get back inside now!
I've got a score to settle with that son of a bitch.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah! God, man, that's freaking fire of a trailer. That is the whole point. I got one more, and it's partly the reason why I wanted to make this video in the first place. I know it's been going on 3 hours, but I, got one last one. And like I said, it's been other trailers for certain video games, but I made a few selections and tried to pick the cream of the crop, I should say, that really stood out in terms of like how you make a solid trailer, get you hyped for it, make it worth your money, set up a proper story that doesn't tell you what's going to happen in the game, and the graphics has to match what you're going to be playing, so it doesn't seem like a downgrade. These trailers I've been showing perfectly, illustrates how, a good example of how to do all that. So now we're going through all Marvel vs. Capcom 3 trailers, and this is why I wanted to make this video. So I'll save the best for last. God, people was looking forward to this game. Great. Another game that kind of made people lose their freaking mind. Oh my god. I still remember the cheers when it was I don't know if it was E3 or Game Awards show, but people lost their freaking minds. And nice little style, comic book art. I'm loving the memes between Spider-Man and Morgan. Don't know how that even came about. It's just one of those happy circumstances. And it feels so natural that Morgan, of all people, goes up against Iron Man. Sense to have Deadpool fight Johnny. And they made the right choice. perfectly set up. It's the right combination of people fighting each other. Of course, Wolverine leads. Wolverine's teeth be animating too, when I'm thinking about it. Because his teeth are like bones. I guess this is where the animating stops at. And honestly, after the multiverse saga is wrapped up, I think that we could set up, like, for the MCU, a Marvel vs. Capcom saga. Just introduce some Capcom characters in it. That's, I mean, like, it could work. You already set up the multiverse. Why not have, like, Capcom characters come in and have this massive fight between certain established Marvel characters against certain Capcom characters. I'm pretty sure Chun-Li is in awe of Captain America. Trish! The ultimate milk. Huh! Man, that's a incredible trailer. The Marvel vs. Capcom 3 has amazing trailers. All of the trailers are so amazing. And just keep getting building and building and building. Metal go after Magneto. It's like he's setting a little mini story interactions with these people. And that's where Infinite failed. They try to give a story. And it doesn't really need a story to have these characters really interact. They're just there, and they're kind of like going at each other. For a fight game, that's all you really need. Oh, I remember it took, people been wondering, where's Spider-Man? Where's Spider-Man in the trailer? They finally got him. It took a hot while, but man, people was like clamoring, where's Spider-Man in these trailers? How does he look? I never recalled that guy with the swinging arm. Spencer or something like that. It's like I never played his game. And kudos to bringing She-Hulk into this because this is way before the whole MCU She-Hulk show. So they had like, this is like, you know, unlike Infinite where they try to capitalize way too late on the just like the Marvel's Avengers game, they try to capitalize off the MCU way too late. You missed the boat on that, now it seems kind of desert in a castle. Doesn't work that way. Gonna walk all the way down the slide. So broken in the game if she won. Let's go, bub. course, you gotta get the ultimate UMVC 3, which is like a nice upgrade. And, you know, UMVC 3 have an impressive roster. I can't imagine how difficult it was to try to figure out who to include and who we had to leave out. Because I'm pretty sure they had like a lot of characters in mind they wanted to include. But, you know, I'm pretty sure they would love to include Black Panther and Blade, but, you know, include Ghost Rider and Doctor Strange is just as good. It kind of makes sense. You gotta have like their arch enemies and the heroes involved more than likely. But see, I would have taken out Firebrand because you already got Ghost and Goblin. But then again, like I just said a few seconds ago, you gotta have their arch enemy. But Strider Hero don't have none of his enemies in the roster, so. This is so freaking fun. And people were expecting Virgil in this. And man, he was so busted in the game. Well, you know how to really utilize Virgil? He is devastating. Okay, that is all the trailers that I wanted to talk about. It's like just to show like the examples of video game trailers that we had over the years, as you know, represents how to set up a proper trailer, and when the game came out, lived up or exceeded expectations, and it didn't disappoint with the consumer. And that's the whole point. You know who you're marketing to, know what we want, and just we will buy what, you know, as long as you give the, you know, customers what they want. Most of the time it works out that way. You know, people wanted to see Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for a good long time. 2 came out like what, in the 90s? So it was, well, it was and then it was like, you know, like maybe the mid to early 90s when it came out. So when it's around the mid 2000s when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was introduced, it's like, yeah, it's long enough time and people can clamor for it, and you deliver, and you know you could not mess up. A lot of these were IPs that was building over the years, so you had to make sure you did not screw up and you mind your P's and Q's and deliver what the fans expect. Know who your audience is and not cater to the minor few, because you ain't gonna make anybody happy. But yeah, man, these are like a good examples of some trailers. You can let me know in the comments below, which video game trailer do you recall really not only set up a game perfectly, but when the game came out, it fully delivered. These were the ones that I want. I know it went over 3.5 hours, but did not expect it to be that long. But man, it was just fun to just revisit these games, revisit these game trailers, and just looking back how well it has done, or in Black Myth Wukong's case, currently is doing. But yeah, I will see you guys a little bit later as I get back into Black Myth Wukong. But yeah, I just wanted to have a trip down memory lane. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Follow me on links in the description below if you want to further support the channel. And I will see you guys soon. Peace.